Hi everyone, this is Ryan, coming to you this week with another traction tip. Today we're at the Dead Sea in Israel. So you know the Dead Sea is called the Dead Sea because there's so much salt in the water, no fish can live. So there's no fish in the water here behind me. It's a toxic environment. You know, it kind of got me thinking about toxic company culture. A lot of the companies I've worked with in the past, my own company years ago, had a very toxic culture. So what are some of the things we can do to make sure we don't have a toxic company culture? Well, first, what is company culture? What is culture? Well, I've heard a lot of definitions of culture. My favorite is culture is just simply the way we treat each other, the way we interact. So when we think about culture, here's 3 tips to make sure you don't have a toxic company culture. Tip number 1, start with core values. You know, core values are really the heart and soul of our culture. And core values, again, just the way we treat each other. So make sure you don't have your core values just simply up on the wall in the lobby. Core values are what you should use internally in the office to hire and fire and reward and recognize your people. So make sure you have core values and that you're repeating them often. Make sure they're a big part of what you do and who you are as a business. They're part of your DNA. Number 2 tip is you gotta have buy-in from the top. If the leadership doesn't buy into the culture and the values of the company, it's not going to work. It can't apply to everyone but the leaders. So make sure your leadership buys into the culture. And number 3, you may not be the best person to be the culture champion. So the 3rd tip is make sure you assign someone to be the culture champion as one of their actual roles. You know, at my office, even though I was one of the leaders and I was definitely bought into the company culture, I realized that it wasn't a strength of mine. You know, I didn't always remember the parties and the events, and I didn't always remember all the things that I should be doing. I loved it, but I wasn't the one that maybe necessarily make sure it all happened. So we had some great people on our team that were awesome at that. So we had someone that was appointed as our culture champion. So I bought into it, but someone else was the culture champion. So assign someone the actual role of culture champion in your company if it's not your strong suit. So I hope that helped you not have a toxic company culture. And I'll talk to you next time.